I keep coming back because every time, there's something new to learn, and uh, everybody's like really supportive of me asking a lot of questions and being curious and asking, why did you do this? How do we do that? And very supportive in general.
Yeah, it fits in with my meditation practice because I also do yoga. So I see it as kind of yoga and Zen coming together into one thing.
Yeah, definitely. I love that. And I love that you talked about community and like, I also kind of came to Aikido after practicing yoga and meditation, and I love the relational kind of aspect. So I know you kind of touched on this a little bit already with what brought you to Aikido, but what drives you to continue coming after you initially came and gave it a shot?
Stubborn. Because honestly, I find it really difficult. So I have a very sensitive personal space. So I find it every time I'm like practicing with someone, I get massive anxiety. And so it's not pleasurable, but so that's why I don't come a lot. And then on stick days, I can do that easy because it's like, so, but I don't want to give up. So I just kind of, stubbornness. I like it, of course. I like the, let's see, I think it was like last, or 2 weeks ago, Maru was demonstrating something, and I actually saw the flow for the first time. She did a move, and I saw it, and I was like, "Oh, there it is." And then, so that was cool. And then when I do move just a little bit correctly, and it flows, and it's like, "Oh, I want more of this." And so I know once I get to a certain level of skill, I think it'll just be really fun.
In addition to just kind of my own spiritual practice and wanting to better navigate relationships, I was in a long-term relationship for the first 3 years I was training. And so it kind of both helped me navigate myself in that relationship, and then also like coming to terms with its eventual end, which was very difficult for me because there's still a lot of love there, but it was an important understanding. It's really helped me to set boundaries. It's helped me to understand where I start and where someone else starts. I think a lot of us can, depending on different family dynamics, relationship dynamics, we can become enmeshed and not really know who we are outside of those kinds of relationships. And so Aikido has really done that for me. And then also for my work, which is maybe more relatable to more people, a lot of the work I do, so I'm an institutional researcher in education. And so a lot of my job is very gently telling folks where we need to be doing better, which, as you can imagine, can be a difficult thing to do. Even with, I love my team, I love my workplace, like everyone's phenomenal, but that's still challenging. And so it's really helped me to learn how to facilitate and how to frame things. And I facilitate a lot of change spaces within education, and particularly around queer and trans issues in education and in data. And so it's really helped me learn how to hear. You learn listening, embodied listening in Aikido. It's helped me listen and respond instead of react. And I'm not saying that, that's a perfect thing, but it's really changed my approach to that. And it's made my friendship stronger. It's made what I expect in relationships, I think, healthier, both in the workplace and in my personal life.
I think personally I find it very grounding. I find it a very grounding practice. I find it a deeply spiritual practice. I find that when I'm training, I can sort of release from my worries and my thoughts and my everyday obligation and just really be in my body and be, my true authentic self. And I don't have to worry about all of the noise in the world.
So I'm very passionate about my work, and now I'm actually moved into the space of a nonprofit, so taking water, plants, and soil and working on environmental and social justice. And I just know that I need to be the best human I can be to do the work I want to do right now. And so continuing to train, training has always been for me more about mental and spiritual growth. Even though it is physical exercise, I rely more on my bike for physical exercise. I come to the dojo to be a better person. In terms of relating to the environment, right now I'm obsessed with queer ecology, balancing all these different aspects. Aikido works with different energies, receptive and active, interdependency, community, and that fits really well.
And training regularly helps me hang out with cool people and work on myself.
I mean, for me, I didn't really have a notional concept of body, so, being, hyper rational, you tend to over-rationalizing, overthink things. And so when I was training with Nado and things like that, it forced me to, I'm still hyper-rational, but it forced me to have a different understanding of things and with a different set of rule sets, like physical connection, things like that. So in a lot of ways, it's sort of an extension of the nerdy stuff that I do, like whether it be music, whether it be, because I play instruments as well, and other things. It's an extension of that nervous energy or whatever it is, and it allows me to be in a different domain and think differently and explore things in different ways, whether, extending, and things like that, and then connecting in a way where it's neutral, and I'm, receiving a technique without judgment. Those are all different types of challenges that I enjoy. I mean,
we have the trivial reasons, like there's a beautiful community where I feel I belong and I get to exercise. But for me, more importantly, is the fact that Aikido for me is a tool to continue growing as a person. And actually, I also feel passionate about sharing with others this tool because I feel it benefited me so much that I want to give that to others, that opportunity to others.
Truly, after the first few months, the empowerment I felt in my body, the joy of the community, I just felt it was fun. I felt uplifted and inspired, and I thought, oh my gosh, there is something to this. The spiritual elements of Aikido and having it tune our energy and build our ki, that was a language that absolutely spoke to me.
I love that.
23 years so far. What keeps me committed is I need some form of exercise. It does that. I need some form of community. It does that. I need some place to explore. And what we often do is before class, after class, depending on who's teaching in class, sometimes in class, we explore new postures or new alignments, and then we challenge each other and try to find, if you are in this posture, if your body is already out of alignment in this way, where can you go from here?
Well, first I started because of the technical challenge, and I was also at a point in my life where that was the most engaging thing. And as I built this foundation of technical practice, then I was able to exercise some curiosity and some sort of sense of innovation. It's like, well, what if I recombine things together to get some new outcome? So what kept the practice fresh for me was opportunity to train with different bodies, different perspectives, and then take that information into myself and say, well, how do I use this to grow? How do I use this to help other people? Because for me, building that sense of connection and bridges has always done well for me, and learning how to get myself back to center and in a place of just engaged curiosity has been just a defining feature of my practice. So I just feel like the more I give to the art, the more the art gives back to me.
I mean, first of all, it's my profession now for 25 years. So that's something. But I find that, the art has an embodied aspect to it that it constantly has informed me. and has given me the kind of context to always develop myself. And when I run into myself or whatever it is at, whatever circumstances, I always have a context for myself to kind of move with it and through it and to find my next level. And that happens all the time. It's nothing new or even rare, to be quite honest. It's fairly common.